Mika said the power bill last month was about $80 a bill.
Need to make, then we need to make arrangements, get all everything in slot over for them. And then just, if that's the case, then let them have the total ground and hand it out to him. And we don't want to recoup the money, and technically, yes, we spent it, but it's also COVID, money too. And it's like everything else out there we built, we're not charging anything back for that. That's part of the service why doing and managing all of that. So,
The other bills read City of Monroeville, but have your address.
That's right.
Okay, so we.
Yeah, and at the time I talked to, matter of fact, I saw Trip out here, but before Trip.
He's still back, and he go there,
Trip can help with that, but Scott was the one that kind of helped us get that stuff transitioned at the time. He was there, so.
Your physical dealers and the FCA's and that, or AFC?
They're in both now. I think he put us, it's a rider or something like that. I have to, I don't know. I can find that out.
I can look at it. Okay, so the fee will stay at $300 $300 plus $300. And the why will shown be
And water when we, I guess when we get the.
We won't get any commission out of that, we do that. I mean,
That's right.
okay, I mean. I know we agreed the other way, but there was a reason why we agreed the other way, we thought we had to spend. Yeah. Should be at least break even in the deal. And then the final thing is figure out how to run these fans on the switch instead of I'm always remote mess.
I tell you that the remote is not a bad thing. If you had a remote, the 4 remote thing is a little dicey, but
Yeah.
running, having a remote helps because they're not running all the time. So a kid walk by and turn them on and, even if you put them on timers and they walk by and turn them on, if they run.
When I actually these fans are supposed to have some sensors on them. What I was doing is there's a way, they got some kind of sensor on them. That's what they told me. They told
We done got too complicated.
when you said it, and it won't come on unless somebody's moving under it. So see, if it's moving under the then the fan will come on and run, but I ain't.
Yeah,
Oh,
it would be to make it small. Great. Could we advertise the security cards? No. I do, I support documents that file has to be open to.
Advertise for what?
Yeah.
Food, swing dog.
Advertise for the positions?
No, the one, lifeguard, that's gonna be the lifeguard. Cause there was some guys last year wanted to be a lifeguard and they didn't get the application on the time. So could you advertise that?
Yeah.
Lifeguard. That's it, security dog.
All right. Yeah, any more questions or issues?
I want to see power bill.
Since they're through the gap, Chris, when we can't get up, we talk to some of the board members because, it's sort of hard to catch up with. And, so who are the board members? Will it be okay to talk to some of the board members because
They're gonna direct you to me.
Yeah, but I had a problem back in that one ago. And you really chewed me out.
family, if you got to that, you just.
He did. I mean, you really just went off on me. And I didn't like it. And I got a chance to talk to the board member. She said I was right.
Well, I've got 13 of them. I can send you that list. You're more welcome to contact me if you like.
I was trying to help a lady at the food. You just got all upset.
It's 13 though.
We need to know.
I can take you there. Well, I think that
If you really choose this.
Let's do a one-on-one discussion for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
All right. The, so the seven, but. And the, big pavilion. So it'd be $300 five, $300. And the, power bill would be, I'm trying to transfer to the.
I'll get the trip this week and see if we can get with that.
Tamika's got that account number if you'll need it.
Okay. Is that it?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think that's done.
All right, thank y'all.
Anything else?
That's all I got, man. Thank you.
During the period of time that I was out, I think, Councilman Burton, serving in the place, had a chance to look through and talk with the police department. And there was some questions about, changes, modifications, and how it can be done, and that type of thing. And so, did we ever hear back from
They hadn't called yet.
we did? Okay. But anyway, we went through and had some discussions to, and I will let him get into the detail of it. But anyway, it was to, the purpose of the discussion with the pay, changes in the police department was to make us competitive with the other surrounding municipalities when it comes now to first responders. And so we discussed the police department, then we discussed the fire department, then ways that we could look at getting into others. But anyway, I would like you to go ahead and start talking about pay changes.
Yeah, the council in the packet should have had the, or in the initial email that I sent out, should have had these, competitive salary or wages from the surrounding departments, as well as a average starting pay across the state of Alabama for the patrol officer. And we had fallen behind from the last time we adjusted it a couple of years ago. So and that's, according to the officers just leaving, that's one of the primary reasons is the fact. So
Yeah, but unfortunately, the ones we leaving are going to a position that we can't compete with. We hope they
Two.
fill the positions up. Okay.
Well, actually, the third and two, because we can't compete with college,
Coastal.
because they don't work nights and weekends.
that, and did you see the wages that?
Plus the money.
Mhm.
When you make that kind of money, not work nights, and weekends, and,
They're both on night shift that left the college. Both of them on night shift.
But that's side point, the money is the thing that we can't compete with. And if we can compete with, it's hard to compete.
Well, we can get closer, we feel
Well,
like. Paying officers
They'd be comparable to some of the others that are.
and
that we-
support, and not be a training ground.
We can sit there and say that more and rain and so on and so forth. So yield and those are some say comparable.
So, basically, the rates, or as you see before you there, the lower ranks pretty much move 2 steps, and the upper ranks and the support personnel are moving 1 steps.
How much is the cost difference on the two still?
I don't, you mean as far as per hour or total cost?
Well, how much of their game?
Let's see. So on a patrol officer, you'd be looking at almost a $2 raise per hour.
Then it goes something like, well, I just looking at,
Currently, we're at 19.29. The new rate proposed would be 21.60. Now, chief's budget has enough salaries in it to absorb that without allocating additional money.
and as you go through and you take a look at it, it's different, but it's basically got 2-step pay raise. I'm seeing one officer here, his base salary is 19.29, goes to like 21.16. And that, 21.16 is 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 21.16 That's pretty much like a two-step pay rate. The chief does have the money in the budget to do it now, so, the question will come up, I think that you addressed that question when you asked about the other departments, fire department, and, where they're standing right now. I don't know.
Yeah, Chief Black was gonna evaluate that and get back to us at a future meeting.
Okay.
Mm,
So right now,
Yes,
I'll
it's-
just, I'll deal with this police.
Yes, sir.
So with the leaving of the, was it 4 officers? Is that how we're gonna? Get the pay, absorb it, or?
So, me and Alicia went through today because we was trying to see how many vacant spots that she have. If we count right, she actually got 12 vacants over there right now. And that's from promoting people, people leaving, and then if she promotes these right here into the spots, and then she got one that's about to go off to school. And then we have to wait till he come back, so basically a empty spot for him.
So basically, what it out to that right here would be the salary increases based on the study that Councilman Brooks and the chief have done. And in most instances, is kind of like a two-step pay increase, which stays within our current pay grade.
Because due to her losing people and promoting people, she still has enough in her budget to actually cover it.
So that pretty much covers the police department, and they give it, like, Councilman said, the lower ranks, are looking pretty much it goes to a two-step pay. And the higher ranks are one step. The higher ranks consist of, that going to the chief and lieutenant,
The chief and captain,
the chief and
and
captain.
then the support person.
Then support personnel will get a two-step also.
That right, Chief?
Well, you did it, the patrolman actually got the two-step for the most part to get up to par with the other departments that are on the list. And then the corporals and sergeants didn't necessarily get a two-step, they may have gotten a one, but it put them in the same sort of range where they got $1 or so raise to make it comparable with the other departments. The really long one that got the two-step would have been patrol. So, bring us up
Keep
to-
enough separation between our ranks, so she can do a little bit.
To make it work.
Right.
So how many vacancies do you have now?
Well,
Well,
Do we have any leads on?
we're doing 15 businesses and
It's 15 candidates.
she's also,
Yeah.
when she gets ready to hire and stuff, if she doesn't hire people that's already certified, they're gonna have to go to school to get trained, and her training budget is already going.
So we need to find people that are already trained.
And if you find people who's already trained there at other departments, making like 24 to 25,
Yeah,
that's the problem. And there's people that certified that's called, but when you tell them what we're making. I work in-
We have also had some promotions listed within there that we approved that were basically filling her ranks.
That promotional price is based off the raises. If y'all don't approve the raises, then that price will be cheaper for promotions.
So all the ranks will be full once you do those promotions.
So, the first thing would be a motion to adopt the new pay scale. The recommended
pay adjustments.
pay is this.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, once you go through and you do these, then we'll come back and we'll have to address the other part. And how you want to go through and look at them, we could probably make them feel next budget.
Did you look and see, do we need to cover this as a adjustment?
According to Caleb, you don't have to call it a hazard. He said it's fine if you're gonna approve it, just to make them competitive, but it needs to be somewhere in that motion. And, I did tell him about the budget. He said, so since it's in the budget and it's not gonna put us in the red or the negative, then he would agree. He did give us an employee hotline to call. And might I suggest, can we implement a personnel board if possible for this? Because we keep coming back to like, employment this and employment that, and we have policies, but then I have to reach out to the league or they connect us to an employee hotline, which is the one that we're trying to wait to hear back from. And most municipalities actually have a personnel board that actually handles that. Like they make those decisions, they specialize specifically in that.
Oh, you may be discussion. Certainly consider that.
Yeah.
This would be a personnel board for. all
For-
departments.
Mhm.
So who is the HR?
Mhm.
Well, you know, we used to have an HR, I mean, yeah.
That's what the mayor told me. I'm not sure why it went away. Maybe y'all could tell me.
We didn't vote, not to average, we did not vote. I think Bill was on it, myself, and maybe Bill or somebody else, I think, there were three of us. Back in 2014, somewhere else, I think.
So we all do the, process with the hiring and the exit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It'll come before, like how y'all was saying that whenever you interview, the department head interview, bring the suggestions, it'll go before the personnel board. That's what it'll do.
I think that's a good idea to have one, because. So this is like a miscommunication with us, because like we thought, we don't know what's going on with us now. And I would like to talk to some of these guys, especially on the exit interview, and see can we retain them, just like Dr. Man about 2 or 3 months ago.
Well, by the time it's the exit interview, most people be done made up their mind, like they be done left the job before they even get to the exit interview. And there's nothing really, what are you gonna tell them, like how to retain
I
them?
think some of these, if they had all this, like, I think we could have probably kept 1 or 2 of them, maybe. You think so?
So what?
The ones that left,
Yeah. No.
they left for 26 plus,
Yeah.
all of them.
They were.
Yeah, but you can't get to the exit interview and be like, I'm gonna give you this much more. Cause then what you gonna tell the other people?
So as it stands right now, the police department, they recommended, pay adjustment. That we would call it pay adjustment.
Adjustments.
All right, the recommended pay adjustment, so the police department personnel, which comes out of the current police department section.
Mhm.
That's the motion that we. Any other discussion?
Or just doing what we would be, how we pay. Probably still gonna do.
Now, we want, this would not, address a hazardous duty pay, this will look at pay adjustment. This would then be existing pay scale, it's already done. So, we will get to the point where we would have to do another pay scale. We do this out of the existing pay scale. All right, the next item on the agenda has to do with the promotion of Andrew Hampton Sergeant, 2345 an hour. With the LPD, promotion of Peyton Andrews, for 2229 per hour. The motion of Barton Brandon. Think we get the least. Brandon Williams, for 2229 per hour with police department. Motion of Mindy Barton for at 22.92 an hour with the these are motions that we're including in the package.
Sean, do we need to wait on this promotion to see if y'all approve the raises, because those are based off, that amount is off of the actual raise amount, if we were to get the raises.
Well,
So that, if it wasn't approved, it'd be a small, it'd be a lesser amount that they'll be paid for that promotion.
we'll We're gonna find out.
Adjusted as it comes.
If they approve the pay adjustment, then we'll get into the promotion. We'll do the pay adjustment first. The next time I have on there is agenda for discussion is consideration of the garbage. Here. Okay, again, I'd like to thank Councilman Bruce, because we kind of navigated through this, and kind of got it out. But as it stands right now, I guess the thing to talk about is residential first, since that's the sentence. And as it stands, the recommendation to the council for a single car residential usage was 2250. To reconsider the fact that they're gonna be raising this, and we're gonna been raising every year to the residential.
It'll work out to about $1 a year, so we could, that 4.5% would, so we can do it however we see fit.
I mean, I feel very strongly that they, do this number, all these numbers out here, we just see if it's stick. I'm concerned that we don't have any negotiation room at some point with this. But, these, with them going up as much as they are, if there's any consideration on their part of not doing the additional raises down the road.
So in our negotiations, I think I sent that out too, but the only things that we were able to get them to give on were the commercial cards being reduced to, I think, 53 and some change versus 71 like they originally were. And then the phasing in the increase on the commercial.
There was a decrease on that next card too, wasn't there? The little,
Yeah, it went from, according to this, between 159 to 143 on the second side.
For 2 carts, you mean, or
No.
2-yard dumpster?
2 yard up there, I think.
2 yard.
I don't recall him changing the 2-yard dumpster. He did change if you got 2 commercial carts.
Okay, that's what it was.
Okay, so it's 2. Then, okay. That's the only thing that changes on commercial, but
That's right. Yeah, those 2 and
really what
and then
change.
phasing in the increase from 4.5% a year to 1%, 2%, 3%, and 4%.
And the, let me see, on the residential, the city was going to charge $22.50 per month. And that would cover, our costs, especially when we have individuals that don't pay the job. And then the extra car price, that was going to $15.89. Okay, and then you had people who were on the senior citizen rate to be grandfathered in, and they were 16 a year. And, but, we know about grandfather in the senior citizen.
No new senior citizens.
So, all new senior citizens are coming in at the rate of $22.50 and the 15 of the back. So that takes care of the resident. But then if you go through, you get into the small commercial, one time a week at 53.28. And then I think the next one were small commercial with 2 cars one time that came out for 630. Then the rest of it was pretty much the same.
So,
And also in there, that the commercial rates would be billed by the public instead of the city.
they'll collected and managed. And there was very little difference in the rates according to them if we retain collecting the commercial ones.
Did you say anything in about providing some additional containers if they're spent in some additional location like fire department, a community house, or something like that for no charge to the city?
I believe we have 2 8-yard dumpsters built in that are supposed to be provided into that agreement.
all I saw in there was where they would provide the pans or whatever it is twice a year.
Yeah. And that was in addition, I think, when the mayor, they would do special events. The city has, they could provide additional dumpsters.
Talking mayor, because you got in here about us doing it where we would have a bigger leeway time from in the contract than
Yeah.
than 90 days, at least 180 days.
Yeah.
They were not, may help us anymore, but for us, at least look at having somebody to negotiate this for us. And also for us to look at some other options. 5 years, things can change a lot. May not,
Yeah. It would take a competitor at least 6 months to get everything in order. Yeah. If it changed.
If we can actually start reviewing our contract, that's what we want to do, trying to keep it. Because I think the thing that went back and got us this time was where we got a notice from the public. Yeah, they didn't. They wanted to renew it in the current contract. Yeah. And so we can actually go back and so the committee and review everything. You don't have to do that a year out. Nothing in the language that I saw in the contract that meant us to do.
Cause it was only 2 bids, bro.
and no bid.
Well, there was one bid and one no bid.
And then after that, was one other small contractor, no, it was too late, so.
They all went together.
It just seems like it's not wise.
They did.
And then, you set rates that high. I mean, that's not fair. Yeah, people with fixed income, things like that. That's what these big corporations do. Gobble you up. And that's what they do.
So, I guess that's where we at, but they already decided. There's 2 times a year they provide, 3 dumpsters, this Christmas and this, the cleanup.
In addition, I think that the ones for citizens are free, so we got like behind section 1.
I don't think it's free because Melanie said she saw overage on there.
It's, we get that person out of it, where there's no charge on overage. I mean, we're asking for minor things in the whole scheme of $1 million and what this is involved.
So we're asking for the overage to be taken out.
For us to be no charge for that additional dumpster,
Just for city dumpsters, no.
for the one that's provided to the public.
Yeah, they should not, but they shouldn't be doing it. I don't,
She said
I
she
would-
saw overage on there for that one.
not really can make sure.
Did we see how much more it was gonna cost? Like, cause I didn't see a total on there, unless I just overlooked it, how much more we was gonna have to budget for. that we did this year?
It's gonna be less because they're doing commercial.
Less.
It's gonna be. Only residential.
So that's been charged in the spot, is that number gonna change?
Yeah, that number changed, it went up to, based on our audit, to 2,311. And Republic said they came back to the county. Need more cans than that. But our audit is based on 2,311, that's what we sent off. Now, in the future, Roger was saying that the mayor's got to better way to count cans, so he just wanted to check with this professional person with Turner and have to see how it is. But right now, we have 2,311 cans, and that was an increase over where we were.
They were about 2,100.
There is 2188. So we went up about.
We actually collect between them.
No, so we will now see, it was in the city and the, water department agreement, where they billing for that 2,188, or they were billing?
Total number of carts, and I see what I've looked at is right at 2,200. Then you got your extras that we've added on to the bill, and that, you know, people that had extra carts and all that done. So they're actually should be closer to 2,300.
What about the ones that turn them in, that's trapped in this?
Yeah, they've turned them in. We haven't offered them. That number can be adjusted, that number of carts, because they flat bill that every month. So if we go to them and say after the next holiday, we want to adjust that to 2,200 or whatever.
Is the city absorbing the increase or they getting passed?
It's getting passed. The current
I wasn't clear.
rate is $17 for.
That's what she's paying now going.
So they got ready to
2250.
21 something.
Yeah, 2,250.
But the budget is charging us 21.50, but we don't charge, so we're saying 22.50. So we're gonna charge folks an extra dollar over.
For bad debt.
Well, that ought to be ours. I mean, why should that be my responsibility?
If that's what y'all want.
I mean, why should that be my responsibility? You know?
I just, we weren't covering making our budget before on it, so that's why the garbage committee recommended.
You know,
So I will say y'all already ate that, like, 2 increases, ate the increase, and that was like 10% altogether. So y'all done already ate that, there's no way to recoup that money, so I don't know if y'all wanna keep.
Bad
doing it
debt
like
runs
that.
right about 5%.
Yeah,
And so see what the last one in the current contract, we paid Republican $17.34 per can. And we're only charging $17. So we've been eating it 30%.
so I think, we ought to, so it's our responsibility to collect the data. It's not the citizen's responsibility to pay for our data. That's just. They look like they have to. Without adding things to all.
The motion on the floor. We'll see whether you're taking it. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the approval from Public Works for, I think we got 10 positions for Summer Health, full-time temporary at 10.95 now.
Yeah.
except for Anita Thomas.
Now, last one,
Yeah, she's supposed to be custodian, that was my mistake.
immediate.
She's a full-time hire.
We got James Tucker, Clinton Bradley, Joseph Chambers, Jacob Evans, and Stephen Evans to be our full-time temporary.
Full-time,
Now, Anita Thomas is hired as a
Custodian.
custodian,
Full time,
what's her,
10:08.
10:08, yeah.
we got any questions for Michael on these? Temporary hires?
You hire an extra, so you got, you cover yourself.
And then Anita Thomas, she would be the custodian, and she would be responsible for the,
Cleaning the police station, city hall, and helping at the community house and whatever.
that's all I have. So. Councilman Fulton?
That's hopeless.
Councilman Thomas? Councilman Fulton?
Martha, did you check that driveway on Richardson Drive?
Yes, ma'am, we fixed it, it was eat out right there on, coming out on the road.
Okay.
They went down there and fixed it.
Okay.
Councilman Booth?
The only other thing I would add to the garbage discussion is we will soon, for the public to take over the commercial management, we're gonna have to eliminate any dumpsters or carts that are shared with commercial customers. So we'll be sending some letters out to that effect with recommendations. That's it.
Yes, sir, last week we talked about using that money from the auction to get a new labor truck, or whatever.
Did we?
Yes, sir. I'm glad you left. But we did, but, we, got $64,632. And I know whenever we made the motion approved, it was approved to use 57 something of it. But now the new price on the bodies and stuff, the price of the truck has gone up to 66,505. Now, I do have the extra money that's needed to bid it, as it is tools and equipment.
That comes out of you. There is money comes out of ABC.
Yes, the tools and equipment out of ABC, so I'm putting
Out of ABC. And that will allow you to purchase a 450.
yeah, the whole the dump body and all, on it, landscape body, got sides and dump body on, and, we can turn around and sell that old labor truck, and I ain't guarantee we're gonna get much out of it. But it ain't running good.
Is there anything else coming out of your ABC fund?
You supposed to say it running.
Anything else coming out of your ABC fund?
Yeah, the 18, I need $1,873.
I'm saying besides that,
Well,
is anything coming out besides that right there?
so the ABC fund, tools and equipment, that money we had left over. So, actually got cheap.
You need to talk about how good that truck is, so you can sell it for that money, cover all your
Wait
wages.
until we put it on bill there, then we see how good it is. But, and we also have, I've got the lifetime, you know, the little tanks, the fuel tanks was replaced. We might get a few dollars out of them. We go to do it. But,
So now, you're gonna need, the tax cap, you can clear a surplus.
yes, sir, but I was gonna wait, and, you know, when I get this truck, if I get this truck, and then we can put that other labor truck on, just put it all on it. And then- But this truck here, he got one coming in, they had ordered it last year whenever they ordered trucks. And that's gonna be it's actually scheduled to deliver them on April 13th. Then they'd have to see and get the dump body and all put on.
Questions for Mike? Not Chief Black?
Spring cleanup starts the whole entire month of April. So if there's any way you want to schedule a time with us in your district, we're looking at doing the cleanup of the mayor on the 20th of April at 8 a.m. at Fire Station 1. So, just let us know. We'll try to get everything ready. The Postal is gonna be cleaning up tomorrow on Tiger Drive at 3 o'clock. We have 30 of them.
Or they are veterans and all.
Yes. Very expensive.
One quick question, Mike, when they get the, barricade, the dart, whatever, put up.
Yeah. Yeah, guardrail for the, now, we're not gonna be able to cut it at a place like we used to. We're gonna be able to get behind the guardrail with the tractors and we can take that mini X and reach over and get so far. But we're not gonna be able to get back in there and cut it like we used to. Be too dangerous trying to get them tractors around on them sheets.
Thank you, That's a plenty detail.
Oh, no, I don't think we need to plant no trees.
If you haven't already, please go ahead and complete that statement of economic interest that I sent. This month is when it's the last month to complete it. The SEI that I sent out.
This is like experience with residential should be somewhere in the 60s.
You know, on the bridges, right, even a club on that, Zoom, is it in the county or city?
So
Is that club in the county?
I'm doing an estimate.
We talked to them several times.
We won't be getting anything for commercial.
So around that, we budgeted.
We want to run 40 seats.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, just so they cover any extra.
Chamber County. So she did it all. And they found some issues. Where was it? All the numbers.
Resend it? Yeah, I will.
Yeah. You know, yeah.
Why you did that?
I didn't speak. She didn't say it was late. So you just said. One of the other ones, no, we're talking about that. That woman, but go out, she had my daughter's, she cusses it all. So now they, yeah, I don't know, yeah, she brag about it. All not extra, they offer about something. Where did you go in that way, but. So, yeah. Oh, no, that's a question for her. Because it's like that. That's not my part.
Like, you know, just the age, you can say, you know, there's when, you know, okay,
Which I think you also.
Man, if they're operating that club, you just like, I guess they should.
It's not in the city group.
I don't have. And then that maintenance stuff, you know, went around there. Stuff is loud. People close. I can do this. So that's you did that, so I don't mind you. So I don't go in you, I don't mean. I just say we were still willing to help. No, yeah, that's, there's two separate things going on. Okay.
Give you a red on the track. I can do that. He would do it, we can, before we live. I heard something earlier today, but he said more like.
That'd be hard for me to believe, you know, cause I ain't seen Kenny and.
Yeah, I did the same.
You know, maybe we have to trouble you, but it's kind of surprise, you know.
May have frozen. Yeah, sometime. Make fresh on that.
that on her birthday. Sunday.
Yeah.
You can't.
That was.
Right.
But, I had Chris added. Now, that's the one item that's like, it's just 100% recycled. So,
I mean,
so I should have call me over there. Well, I know he would. I didn't go and pay, but I could.
I mean, if you want to do that, we can do that.
He could probably get some unanimous, or have more hospitals shut down. If they lose the money. They get confident with some money. I read the whole story and say. Every meeting, they all come to share and like, yeah. Well, what happened to the?
Yeah, they're gonna do. Do something, you're gonna make it a monster for their. That's really the dollars.
Waiting.
I think mine has that much value, but it's a dark over.
They didn't have it in lunch when I went there, and they, I came in last night, all the doctors in they say only takes 4 years. I thought there was a lot of holidays, in 4th of July, all that, it was late, so I won't they pick the same place, but it says all holidays, ship the house. So no service to be closed, like I said, the service they forward, and they got it. Service, you don't get a service.
They gotta have it to lead. All the things.
You know, Wilson, courthouse, right, I get paid, both of them. Go Giving out holidays 2 years ago, one point, just like my boss, just how many of them pay y'all, for y'all different from y'all. Yeah. So. Thursday afternoon, sometimes they will agree.
I didn't want to try it with my mom.
So everything's.
Time is now 5 p.m. Section of the city council of the city of order. We will begin with the application of Pastor John. On a personal privilege, Mr. Mayor, it's in my heart good to walk in here and see you presiding tonight. Thank you, sir. Here in World Republic. Let us pray. Gracious God, in light of the Easter miracle, we just thank you for the many blessings. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity we have to be in your presence tonight, as we know your spirit is in us and among us. We ask your blessing on each person here tonight. We ask your blessing on the city employees and all those who take care of us. We ask your blessing also, Lord, on these proceedings as our leaders take us through this meeting. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Try to allegiance, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes for the work session is held on March 19th, 2024. It's 4 p.m. Public hearing is held on March 19th, 2024, at 4:50 p.m. And the regular meeting is held on March 19th, 2024, at 5 p.m. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes? Do I have a second? Second. Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? We don't have anything for privileges of the floor. The next item on the agenda is to approve the Alabama Power Company outlet usage of one construction materials. Do I have a motion to approve the Alabama Power Company outlet usage request? Do I have a second?
Yes, second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Discussion is they responsible for everything that they do out there.
Yeah.
And also, we'll leave it as was in better shape when they can.
they can leave it as is, or in better condition, if they leave it, and they will be responsible for all of the items that are stored at the site. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor? Aye. The next item on the agenda for discussion is approval of the rental agreement for the pavilion. Do I have a motion to approve the agreement with it being, $300, security deposit, $300 down? This is for the pavilion at their response. Do I have a motion to approve the rental agreement? Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Again, we plan on having with condition all power bills or emergency. The YMCA to the YMCA, and then all funds they receive, maintenance of it, cleanup and all of this, will be YMCA responsibility. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. That being understood, do I have a motion to approve? We already have done to approve. Okay, all in favor? Any, opposing? There being none, motion carried. Okay, next item on the agenda is the approval of the pay changes at Monroeville Police Department, which is basically a two-step pay increase for patrol officers and one-step increase for the, chief and the captain. And, the lieutenants.
The sergeants, corporal, they didn't get
Right.
two-step.
Okay. All right.
So just Sherman got the two-step raise, and everybody else fell in, whether it be a step raise or
Okay,
a step and a little bit raise, but
so
like
the-
step 13, I think.
the pay changes will reflect that the patrol officers get basically a two-step pay raise and everyone else is one step to make them competitive with the surrounding city. So do I have a motion for the approval of the pay changes at Monroeville?
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor? Okay. All right, the next item on the agenda. Yes, we need to review Saturday.
That's it. Still going.
Yes. Okay. The next item on the agenda is to approve, Andrew Banks to Sergeant, 23.45 per hour. Do I have a motion to approve the promotion of Andrew to Sergeant? Do I have a second? Second. Okay, then move properly second and discussion. There being none, all in favor? Okay, the next item I have on the agenda is to approve the motion of pay net Bruce Walker at 22.29 per hour with Monroeville Police Department. Do I have a motion, please? The motion of pay net Bruce. Do I have a second? That, any discussion? There being none, all in favor? Okay, do I have a approval of the promotion of Brandon Williams, Walker, 22.29 per hour with Monroeville Police Department? Do I have a second? Second. Do I move properly second to, for the promotion of Brandon Williams? To Monroeville Police Department. All in favor? Aye. Do I have a motion for the approval of many Lawton County, Walker, 22.99 per hour with Monroeville Police Department? Yes, sir. Second. That's been moved properly second on discussion. There being none, all in favor? There was nine. And next item on the agenda is the approval of the contract for the garbage bill. Do I have a motion for the approval of the contract on garbage bill?
Make that motion.
Do I have a second? Any discussion?
Can we put any of these things in there you think will fly or not, or make sure that we have them?
Yeah, I mean, Michael and I had discussed trying to meet with him and negotiate some of the city.
But we need at least another access, make sure we have access to one, with no charge for overage, and not to be charged for overage in that thing. That's the biggest thing. We have to, we'll be, all the stuff, we'll kind of increase it, but we get some help, really, that.
I mean, Larry brought up about the rate. Does anybody else have any input on the rate? If we thought so, 21.50 versus 22.50.
I mean, playing back again, is we need to be paying for what being did all of them. That's. And if we can ever get that ironed out. And close to zero or matching numbers.
I think as one of the things that's going to clear up on a lot is by us not going to be commercial. That would be done by the public. The only other issue that we have had that came up had been the number of cars by individual. Yeah. And we sent out, I think it was noticed in the last water bill for them to check, because what we put into the system to put it on the chart. And if as we go through and we do future audits, if that goes through and it shows you get 3 cars, you only be in charge for 1, and the rate would be adjusted.
Michael, I mean, we're able to go by and know that the residents and tax cars in front.
Yeah, we've been doing that.
I know y'all been, but I mean, you can actually pinpoint it to the person who did and know.
That when we sent that last list into the work board, it showed where they had 2 or 3 cars, 1, 2 or 3 cars, so I have many cars. Is that resident is what they're being billed. And that's where we came out with 2,311.
I still think we should be residential customers at 21.50. That's don't know what they dealing with 20.50. That's just not good enough. Everybody's got.
All right. Any further discussion? Okay, so we have a motion to, we need to go back and check with the public. Address what Melvin's decided for. Very much all in contact.
Well, we could do that before you physically sign the contract. You need to do that. Okay. It just makes me nervous to wait too close to the expiration of our service to not go ahead and renew it. So,
But he said you could call. He said you could call.
yeah, we can do that. You know, he said he'd be available by phone if you want to speak with him. I'll call him. You need phone?
Do we need a pan for more than Christmas and cleanup? Is there any other occasions that we justify that? And then in the time period, I don't remember what it was. It was for a whole month. You remember?
It's usually left for a month. If I remember right. See what it says.
While y'all calling him, when do y'all want the pay raises to go into effect? Next pay period, the beginning of the next pay period? That's.
Hello?
Yeah, that's it. He or.
Two five one. Got two different numbers in here. One's 282 and one's 382.
I think 282, so.
Hey, he don't have a number by his official title.
Yes, 382.
Hello, Ron Schultz.
Hello, Roger. How you doing? All right, this is Mayor Andrews. We're in council meeting. And there was a couple of questions that came up. And we were trying to go ahead and get you on the phone so we could answer them. And try and get this contract done possibly today. So I think one of the questions had to do with Councilman Focal had.
We, for the still help for some overage things around that we have a place, the fire department, and we still have a hopper there and no charge to the city.
So is there just a regular, we need a hopper?
Yeah, regular.
That's a
Yes.
Yeah, we could do that.
And there's some question about, there's been one there, we get charged for overage on that one, could that be eliminated also?
So overage for, just one car is?
Yeah.
What happens if we just give you two cars?
That would be fine.
Okay, yeah, I think we could just make it match that.
Okay, and then you're still gonna give us the two pans for a month each during Christmas.
That's your.
Now, if they need to be emptied, there, especially the Christmas one, will be charged for additional emptying of it.
If it's an extra, well, I don't know how many times, I don't know how many times we take, I think we only been called once to the end here, it's full one time. I don't know.
I guess,
We'll manage that.
okay. Now, there was some question about what can be put in there. There was something about what white items, is that like wash machines and stuff like that, or what?
Yeah, our refrigerator with Freon, no tires, no TVs, no fluorescent light bulbs. It's, basically household items, like the Christmas trees and, I know some, because at Christmas, obviously, it's gonna be Christmas trees and stuff like that, but, it wouldn't be, refrigerators, so those things have to be, Freon has to be taken out and all that, but.
Okay. I know you didn't like my other idea of cutting the half the increase that you were gonna do to across the board for all the commercial, so you're not gonna go along with that. Yeah, instead of going up 50%, just go 25%.
No, it's, that's the best I can do.
Yeah, I know you did. I'm gonna give it back to the mayor. I'm not gonna say something bad in a minute.
Okay. All right, Roger. I think that answered the question, so we're gonna try to make some movement on business contract and everything, so.
Okay, and I'll get back to you and we'll get it fixed, put what we need to put in there for what he just asked for, so
Okay.
that won't be a problem. All right,
All right. Thank you.
thanks, Mayor, all right.
All right, so. At this point, we need to, I have. There's a motion out there to approve the contract. And it's been moved, and it's been seconded. Any discussion? Several items that were brought up by Councilman Bowe, which will be addressed and included in the contract. On the other issue was about the rate that the city was going to be charged, which is 1950, 1589 for the second part. Yes, and then it was 1688 for the seniors, and they would be grandfathered in. Afterwards, there would be no further no more senior, nothing else, no more senior.
Are you talking about the ones that's already in the program or,
If their grandfather in,
yeah,
no use.
no new seniors?
If you have a senior rate for everybody present being charged, anyway,
Yeah,
no new cut. And that senior rate is very restricted. I couldn't be.
So, all in favor of the,
and you're not signing it until he actually goes back and put what he just talked about to Melvin, right? You're not signing the contract until he actually goes back and put it in there. Okay,
Whatever you can.
I wouldn't sign it until he actually put it in there. You could, I'm saying y'all can pass it, but yeah.
We can prove the contract ending modifications. Okay.
yeah, I think that's what we used to do. We will approve the contract, finish the identified modification. And, and at the rate that we have identified. So, all in favor? Any opposed? So nothing, one opposed. All right. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the approval of the new hire of public works summer help for temporary 1099 housing. And that includes James Tucker, Clarence Bradley, Joseph Chambers, Jacob Edges, and Stephen Edges. We do not have a motion to approve the four-time summer help. Please. Do I have second? Any discussion? Okay, there being none, all in favor? Mike, one of these folks,
Hopefully next week we can get everything back.
okay, the last item that I have on the agenda is the approval of the new hire of Amelia Thomas as full-time custodian for the city, Monroeville, and 10 East Input House. Do I have a motion to approve the hire of Amelia Thomas?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
It's second.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any abstention? One abstention.
I know you can get better than quick ends.
See.
The next item I have on the agenda is approval of the purchase of a
F-450,
F-450, 2024 with the 24, the 2024 F-450 dump truck to be utilized by Public Works. And their proposed amount in the building would be made up of the funds that from gov deals and also from the ABC fund.
Yeah.
To pay for the price of the truck. So do I have a motion? to approve
What's the total?
Transfer of funds.
66. 505.
Do I have a motion approving the payment of the funds of $66,505 for 2024 F-450? Do I have a second? Okay, any discussion?
What you gonna come back with in 2 weeks?
Okay, being no further discussion, all in favor? That's all the items that I have at this time. Councilman Bruce,
Don't have anything else.
Councilman McDaniel, Councilman.
No, sir.
Councilman McDonald. Councilman Ham, Councilman Falk.
What's the status of our, budget,
Audit, I cannot answer that.
She just asked another question today about the Sterling building. So we answered that and sent it back to her. So I'm guessing they're still working.
Hey, we pay either one of those firms getting done yet.
Not this one. We paid Jackson Thornton.
That wasn't all, that was for.
That was the
County
police,
good.
yeah. Mhm.
That's it. My. Chief Black, Chief Armstrong. Taylor.
No, sir.
Ruth. They're all here. This one. This Smith. All right, there being no further business, let's say my local city council, I never take a motion to adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn this meeting and we'll go to you.
All in favor?
Aye.
No, that thing, so, the whole project. She just trying to save you some money over gas, and have to go through
It wasn't nothing that you told.
Yeah, they were.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you gonna be on them?